been using them little curly tails a lot just because they're good, they work great, and they're pretty convenient to use. But I came across one of my little hand-tied jigs here, and I think what I'm going to do is start off with it today. Something a little different. I used to have a lot of good luck with these jigs. We got a lot of birds out there today. That's what we're going to do. It doesn't look like there's anybody out here. The water's down. Temperatures in the low 40s. Not much wind today. So it's really perfect conditions to get out here and catch a crappie. So let's get with it and see if we can't catch one. Alright, let's get started here. Like I said, we got this little hand-tied jig. What it is, it's got a little green and a little yellow, basically, feather. A little blue thread and a little pink head. Nothing special about the pink head or the blue thread, but I like that combination of green and yellow for that feather. And I have caught fish on this before. Not this particular one, but this similar color. So we're going to fling it out here a few times and just sort of see if we might have some luck with it. Got a little bit of a stain on the water today. We had some rain, had a front move through. I actually had some snow here. Had 70-degree weather one day, and then the next day it was snowing. So pretty wild in that department. But today it's all cleared out of here, so it's kind of like a backside of a front a little bit. But I felt like we might have a chance of catching one today. Oh, felt like something right there, actually. Might have been hanging up on bottom a little bit there. So really, as cold as it's been really windy, I'm sure there ain't been much fishing pressure out here on these little boogers, so we should have a chance to catch a fish today. It's calm right here. There ain't no wind at all. Just me and the crow today. But the birds are really active out here. That's a good sign. Should have the moon coming up out there pretty soon this afternoon. That's another thing kind of in our favor, is that moon today. Should be coming up over that horizon pretty quickly. Alright, well, hey what, boy, it just seems kind of dead out here. No luck whatsoever. No bites. It's a little unusual, really. I don't think there's been that much fishing pressure up in here. There's one boat showed up a minute ago. He looked like he wanted to come right back here where I was at, so he could have been here before. Might have been fishing this little area off and on all day for all I know. But I tell you what though, there don't seem to be any real crappie back in here right now for some reason. I'd almost think there'd have to be a few back in here, but maybe after this front, you know, backside of this front has got them really hunkered down there. I'm gonna keep working this one spot where I know there's some stumps out there, because if there's any little ones, should be able to at least get them little ones to hit a little bit. We'll try it here a bit. We could leave this spot and go down to spot number 2, which probably got enough light to do that. And I have done that before and wound up catching them at that other location. Oh, right there's one. Got him right there. That's a good one right there, son. That is a good one. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to change locations. So we got one there out there. I had a feeling there might be a few out there today. I was a little surprised, but just bringing this little hand-tied jig back along. And by golly, we got one. Feels like a decent sized fish right there all of a sudden, really. Hard to tell here. He didn't feel that big at first, and he really did feel big. He's just a good normal medium sized crappie there. He ain't no monster. Yeah, let's see. I think I can lift him. That way I won't get him all dirty. I think I'll turn him loose. But there you go on that little hand-tied jig. It's a 1/32 of an ounce. Got a pink head. Little blue thread, dark blue thread. Little green material. So he ain't all that big. Not quite big enough to keep, really. There you go. See if we can get him turned loose right here. Find a little little spot where it's not so muddy. White crappie right there here on this December day, folks. Middle of December. See if we can get another one here. It's a good sign. I guess we'll stay here and keep trying it. Just moving that jig along really slow seems to do the trick. So that's encouraging. Just bringing it along really extra slow here. Kind of keep an eye on that float. Sometimes I'll kind of feel for the bite. Other times when I can see the float, I'll watch for it a bit, but I'll probably miss a few. I mean, I'm using such a long, throwing out so far sometimes, and not the most sensitive rod in the world. Cheap monofilament line. So it ain't like I got the most sensitive setup to be able to feel every little minuscule bite. So sometimes they'll hit it and I probably don't even feel it. But you'll see that float cockeyed up there. But the main thing I try to do is keep a steady tension on it, particularly if I do think I got a bite. You can't afford to let any slack in it whatsoever, because they'll sometimes be barely hooked. A lot of the fish I catch out here will just barely be hooked. And when you start letting a little slack in there, you'll lose them in a hurry. So that's the main thing, is once you get one on, just make sure you keep that tension. So with a monofilament, what happens is it's got so much stretch that whenever you get one way out there, sometimes it's hard to get enough to keep the tension on the line there. You got to be careful. So a lot of times I'll back up, or I'll keep the pole down low like it is now, and then just swing it back and walk backwards with it to keep that tension. But you don't want any slack in it. Once you get them hooked, for sure you'll lose them quickly. We got one here. We got one. This be crappie number 2. And I don't think we got any real size to him here. It's a good sign though. Got him on this little hand-tied jig. I don't think we got much size to him here, but that's all right. That's a little yellow bass. Kind of fooled me right there a little bit. Thought we was gonna have another crappie, but we got a little yellow bass. Oh well. Now watch them fins, boy. That's one of your most dangerous little fish you'll ever encounter if you don't like to get stuck. You gotta watch them fins and these gills right here. Turn it loose right here. There he goes. We got him right there. You know, oh darn, where did he go? Went over that little curly tail. Something hit it there pretty close in. I don't know if that's a crappie. Yeah, it is a crappie. Pretty decent one. He smacked it, boy, real close in right there. That is a crappie. It's big enough to keep, really. Yeah, now he's a little bit small. I don't think I'm gonna keep him today anyway. He's probably close to 10 inches, I'd say. Got him on that little white curly tail. That did the trick, boy. They like these little curly tails. Ain't no doubt about it. The old white young curly tail pays off right there. Turn loose right here. Pretty little crappie, healthy this time of year. There he goes. Well, that's got a good bite out there, and then we got that one close in, so maybe I've been kind of missing the boat here with not using my old faithful curly tail. Yeah, that's 2 crappie and a little yellow bass. Water's really calm out there right now. That moon should be coming up over the horizon there pretty quickly. I'd say we got probably 2 hours of light left, maybe. But we got plenty of time to get on. They may get active here. There's one right there. There's another one in close. That's 2 in a row. That feels like a better one right there, boy. That's kind of the trick going over to this curly tail. It's made the difference there. It wasn't liking my little hand tie jig. Boy, this one's really a tugging here, boy. Really a tugging on it right here, son. See if that's going to be a crappie. Yeah, it's a big old kind of almost a slider. Yeah, that's more like the long of a slab right there, a little bigger. I'll show you right here, folks, how that's barely hooked. That's why you got to go easy with them. Let's do this right here so we don't tangle that up. But you really got to go easy with them. It's just barely hooked. And that is a better one. That's probably 11 or 12. We got our measuring stick right here. Turn it back around like this. In case we drop him, we'll drop him in the water. You see, he's keeper 10 and a half. A little over 10 and a half. Decent keeper right there. Get him turned loose. So we're not going to keep any today. Oh, there you go. That's number 3, I guess, right there. See if we can get another one. Actually, should have taken him down bank and turned him loose a little bit, because they're in there pretty close. I may have kind of messed myself up there a little bit by turning him loose right back there on top of the herd. That kind of, I believe, can make a difference sometimes if you turn them loose right back in there amongst the rest of the school. They'll get kind of skittish, you know what I'm saying? GoPro, start recording. Oh, I am recording. God, that's a big one there, I think, folks. Oh man, whatever that is, that's I don't think that's a crappie right there. No, that ain't gonna be a crappie. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That's big, whatever it is. That ain't no crappie. Damn it. Dang it. Excuse my foul language there. Whatever this is pretty big. If it's a crappie, it's gonna be a world record. So we're gonna go easy just in case. I don't have my drag set, so I'm gonna have to be ready to back reel here. Hey, what he's gonna be? That might be a white bass, maybe. I go easy. I think I'm gonna get him in here. I don't think it's so huge I can't get it in. It's just gonna be a big old white bass, I believe. I do believe it's going to be a big white bass. Get him in here. Yeah, it's a big white bass right there. Big old white bass. Woo! Yeah, you like that little curly tail right there. There you go. Nice big old white bass. Yeah, down here. Decent. Got him on that little white curly tail. You want him?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Here we go. See the full moon right there. There you go. There he goes. There he is. Guys. I feel like he's really all that big. Hard to tell on this pole. Well, I don't know. Right there, he's feeling pretty big all of a sudden. That might be another white bass right there. That's a crappie. It's a good one, but I'm afraid it's going to be another white bass right here. Yeah, that's going to be too heavy for a crappie. I'm going to have to back reel. I don't have that drag set. I don't know why I didn't set that drag. Yeah, that's another white bass. Them white bass are sitting in there on that little stump where them crappie are at. That's probably why there ain't no crappie in there. Yeah, that big old white bass, I tell you what. That's some of the bigger ones I've caught for a while right there, bud. Oh, man. Yeah. Kind of got a little blood on his eyeball there. Well, I tell you what, if I was keeping them today, I'd have a meal in them 3 big old white bass I caught today.